Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome and thank you for tuning in. My name is Laverson. I am your host and the founding owner of BeyondBody.com. But if you'd like to learn more about me, you can do so at IamLaverson.com. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the differences between the full tummy tuck, mini tummy tuck, and Dr. Laverson's famous fitness tummy tuck. Hey, Dr. Laverson.
Hi, good morning, Laurice. Good afternoon.
How are you?
Wonderful. And if
Hey.
you'll let me, okay, Laurice, okay. So can I confess to the audience that you're actually a patient? You're a patient here. Can I say that and
Yep.
violate your confidence? But I do want to say this. You told me about Beyond Body, and I said, "Oh, Laurice is doing some skincare because we have skincare here." I said Laurice is doing some skincare, but I used to get my deodorant from all the big brands at the drugstore. Okay, and and um, and this is not sponsored. You didn't ask me to say this, but I have to say it because I've been using the big brands, and your audience, they know these brands because they see them when they go to CVS or they go to Rite Aid or wherever they go. They
Mm-hmm.
fill the shelf, and their husbands and boyfriends and sons and fathers probably all use the same deodorant. But I want to tell you, yours is different. It is great deodorant, and I had a little problem with it by the end of the day. I you start to like not smell so good, and we're all sensitive to our own odor. But I could tell you, yours Beyond Body, try it because it is different. It sticks on, and it doesn't create a bad smell even when you put it on, but it stays all day, and till next morning shower. It's good stuff. That Beyond Body, try it. It sticks on.
Yes.
Yes, no lie. I'm serious. I really like it, Laurice. You've got a customer for life. I'll talk
Thank
about tummy.
you.
I'll talk about tummy tuck all day and all night. I love doing tummy tucks. We do a lot of them. We love the patients that come here. Samantha's happens to be behind me. She's also a patient and great assistant. But I'll answer your questions. Go ahead, Laurice.
Yes. Okay. So, as I mentioned, today's episode is going to be about, well, I say full or traditional tummy tucks, the mini tummy tuck, and your fitness tummy tuck. So I'm not sure if the world is familiar with the fitness tummy tuck because I do believe this is your signature tummy tuck, and they're not going to find this with any other surgeon. But we can first get into what is a full tummy tuck.
Okay, Laurice, I'm glad you're doing this particular subject because it's valuable information for moms, and there's a lot of misconceptions out there. But my approach, I want to answer your question about what's full tummy tuck. My approach is this, Laurice. I have realized that most women want the same thing. Okay, they want to look sexy, they want to look beautiful, they don't want scars, they don't want it to look like surgery. Most women want the same thing. They want a hot body. Okay, what happens in pregnancy can take that away from women. But women want the same thing, but they're not coming in with the same thing. We live in a world of diversity. We live in a world where there's thin women. We live in a world where women have weight problems. We live in women that are muscular. We live in women with straight up and down bodies. We live in women with curved bodies that don't like their big hips. We live in a world of diverse. So if women want all basically the same thing, but they're coming in from a different their starting point, you have to have a different operation for different kinds of women. So
Mm-hmm.
so there are different kind of tummy tucks to get what women want to adapt to the woman's body. So the full tummy tuck is basically what I call a type 4 tummy tuck. Okay, it's you remove basically. So the tummy tuck has to fix the problems of pregnancy, which are number one, stretched abdominal wall, and number two, stretched skin. Okay, so the traditional type 4 tummy tuck, you lift up the skin, you tighten the abdominal wall, then you put back the skin, okay, and remove some of the loose skin through a scar at the bottom in the bikini line, in the panty line, and you got to make that scar, Larice, in a position that it's hidden behind what the woman wears. And these days, women wear less and less. So you got to have the scar hidden behind a string, basically, behind what she likes to wear. So this is what my version of the full tummy tuck. It's a low, short scar, and remove the skin, tighten the skin, and also tighten the abdominal wall, creating an hourglass shape from the front, a flat belly from the side, and a belly button that looks sexy, and a scar that's hidden behind what she likes to wear. That's the full tummy. Yeah.
Okay, so before I get to the mini tummy tuck, I know you said tighten the abs, the abdominal wall, but does the full tummy tuck, like, is there a length of the stomach, like above the belly button or below the belly button? Like, what's considered full versus the mini, so they know the difference?
Okay. Well, okay, so mini's a term I don't really use anymore. I know it refers to mostly below the belly button, okay? But I don't think it's an outdated term. People use it still. It's an outdated term because Larice, you know as well as I do, if you just operate below the belly button, then the woman's she's going to look like, she's not going to like her appearance, because above the belly button is going to be full and not tightened. But above the belly button is where the woman's waist is. That's where it's supposed to be the most narrow, okay? I should show you a picture, but any woman can look at her own body and see, oh my gosh, yeah, the belly button is like a little below my waist. She wants her waist the most narrow part. You can't just operate below the belly button because the pregnancy was there, because her bulge might have been there, because her loose skin might be there, but her waist is above the belly button. She's got to have that tight. If you're tightening below, you've got to tighten the waist. You've got to give the woman the hourglass she wants. So that mini tummy tuck below the belly button doesn't count. You can do lipo above the belly button. You can tighten the waist above the belly button, which is my type 1 and my type 2 tummy tuck. But you've got to tighten that waist. You've got to do something above the belly button. Just operating below the belly button doesn't fly anymore, in my opinion, for very few women. If the isolated woman comes in and she happens to have just a problem below the belly button, yes, I'll do a mini tummy tuck. But in general, it doesn't. That's not giving the woman value. She wants to wear a bikini. She wants a narrow waist. She wants, she doesn't just want below the belly button to look good. She may just like below the belly button, but there's so many things you can do non-invasively or with a mini little scar above the belly button that you got to treat that area because it's the waist.
That makes sense. I didn't even know the term was outdated, so you just educated me.
Yeah, I think it's outdated. It's still used. You'll still find it on realself.com. You'll still find it on the chat rooms. But in reality, I'm facing the mom who doesn't like her belly. I'm going to want to give her. I'm going to want to exceed her expectations. I'm going to give her the bikini body, and I can't just operate below the belly button and leave this bulge when she sits down and sticks out above the belly button. She's going to want a waist,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so the next question is, what is a fitness tummy tuck?
Well, I invented that term fitness tummy tuck because I sculpt in some of the contours of the bikini models. When I started this process 25 years ago, Laurice, I said, look, I didn't like the tummy tuck I learned how to do when I was training in plastic surgery. I didn't like it. It's not what I saw the bikini models, you know, what they look like. And I figured, well, I went to the web and said, what is it that it was actually not even the web at that time, Laurice. It was a Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. I
I
said,
remember those.
I said, what do women want? Because I wanted to give women what they want. Okay. And I said, what do women want? What do women want? Okay. Well, every woman maybe want a different thing, but I found, Laurice, that society's idea, the general woman's idea of what she wants, is probably in these swimsuit competitions, like that's the body that the swimsuit judges value. So I went and looked at the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, and I looked at those bellies, and of course, none of those women had children. Okay, they're usually these models, highly paid models, but I said, okay, so what do these bellies look like? That's what I've got to do in my tummy tuck. So I started contouring in the rectus abdominis, the linea alba, the linea semilunaris, a lot of these anatomic features that the swimsuit models have. And I started contouring them with specific surgical maneuvers and techniques that create that appearance. And if you look at my website, feelbeautiful.com, you'll find a lot of the women have that. I tried the best I can to nature guides us, Laurice. It's like for men, we have our own ideas of what we want our bodies to look like. Women are the same, and it's the young, fit woman who hasn't had children, who's lean, who doesn't have a lot of body fat. That's what women want. And I tried to create that kind of belly, and that's what I called fitness tummy tuck.
All right. Excuse me. Okay, so I had a personal question. How do you determine which tummy tuck a patient gets, or is it the patient that comes to you and say, okay, I want a fitness tummy tuck, or I want to be flat flat? Like, how do you determine which one suits that particular patient?
Okay, that's a great decision. But my goal is for women and patients, women or men, whatever, to have control over their body. Okay. So I want them to get what they want. So, of course, I listen to them. My determination of what kind of tummy tuck they need is there's two things I have to take into account. Number one, what the patient wants, what they want to look like in the end. And number two is what they look like now. What are their dimensions? Where is their belly button located on their abdominal wall? How much extra skin? A woman may come in, she's had 3 kids, she may have a bulging abdominal wall, but no loose skin, no stretch marks. It's amazing. Then another woman may come in and she may have a flat belly with an hourglass shape, but all this loose skin with stretch marks. So it depends on how much loose skin, how much bulging abdominal wall, where the belly button is, what their features are, and what they want in the end. That all goes into it. Okay. And what their scar tolerance is. My type 2 tummy tuck leaves a little scar below the belly button, vertical scar, but a lot of women accept that in exchange for the flat belly, the hourglass shape, the low horizontal scar. They say, look, I don't care about a scar there. I'll get a tattoo or put some jewelry there, or just live with it if I don't like it. And I always tell them, Laurice, look, if you get a bad scar there, come back to my office. I want to fix it. I don't want you to live the rest of your life. I don't want you to trade a belly you don't like, the extra skin, the wrinkles, the bulge. I don't want you to trade that for a scar you don't like, you know. And if they don't like the scar, come back. I can fix it. I can improve it. So so
Okay.
so it's what they want and what they're starting with. That's how I determine what kind.
Okay. Well, those were all the questions I had, but since you've been talking, you've raised a couple more, or at least one question. Um, you're mentioning numbers. So your type 1, type 4, like is it 1 through 4? And how do you get these numbers? How do you know, oh, this
Okay.
particular patient is type 2 or type 3? I've never heard of the numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't published it yet. I published some papers on tummy tuck, but I'm working on that paper. Actually, Samantha here has helped me with it. But type 1 is for women who come in and they've got an abdominal bulge from usually from pregnancy, sometimes from aging, sometimes from just weight loss, but usually it's a bulging abdominal wall, but not much extra skin. There's not enough skin, Laurice, for me to bring that skin above the belly button all the way down to where she's going to wear her little G-string triangle bikini, which is where I want the scar. There's just not enough skin. So I lift the skin up, I tighten the abdominal wall, and I put the belly button exactly in the same place. I may lower it 1 or 2 inches, but I hook the what I call the umbilical vestibule back up to the original stalk, the belly button stalk. She doesn't get a new belly button. It doesn't move down. That's a type 1. But she still gets the flat belly she wanted with this low, tiny little scar that she can easily hide. It's like a C-section scar. So that's type 1. Type 2 is she has a bulge. I want to tighten her waist, but um, there's enough skin that I have to pull the belly button down. If I put it back up to the original stalk, she's going to have loose skin above her belly button. She's not going to be happy when she sits down. She's going to have loose skin. Women judge their belly when they sit down as well as when they stand up. They're sitting by the pool at the Venetian or the what is it? What's that other one up there? That casino up there with a nice pool up in Las Vegas. The one that's got well, anyway, they're sitting by the pool wherever it is or the beach. They don't like sitting in the chaise lounge with loose skin on their above their belly button. So I have to make a nice belly when they're sitting as well as when they're standing. And if I do a type 1 on a woman with extra skin above the belly button, I know she's not going to be happy. But there's not enough skin to bring all the way down to her panty line. So they end up me closing the umbilical vestibule halfway between the belly button stalk and the horizontal scar, which is in the panty line. So they end up with that's a type 2, little scar between the belly button. Type 3 is that closure of the belly button is a little T, an inverted T that's at the very bottom near the panty line, continuous with the panty line, but in the middle above the panty line. It's never seen, Laurice. It's never seen. When you have a little vertical, I find that women will trade a little vertical scar below the belly button instead of having a horizontal tummy tuck scar that's high up above their panty line. So all of a sudden they have to wear like boy shorts or they can't wear the sexy little bottom that they want to wear. You know, I mean, I see what women wear in the swimsuit competitions. They wear a little panty at the bottom. That's what seems to be the style these days. And women are showing more than they've ever shown. They're shaving. They're wearing these things, that little nothings that I have to hide the scar behind. But guess what? A vertical scar in the middle, Laurice, the eye doesn't see it so much. But it will definitely see a horizontal scar that's high up. And I don't want to commit a woman for the rest of her life to wearing something she doesn't feel sexy in. Okay? I don't want to do that. That's not what plastic surgery is about. Plastic surgery is not about procedures, it's about results. It's not about doing a surgery. It's about making people feel the way they want to feel, which is, for the woman who's had 3 children, sexy and beautiful. So I got to have that woman wearing the same thing she wore when she was 22 before she had any kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Her husband, who married her because the way she looked at 22, should still love her, and when she's 35 and taking those kids to their little league and their dance classes.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. So that's type 3. Is there a 4 you said?
Yeah. Type 4 is the conventional tummy tuck. You know, the scar is there's no vertical scar in the midline. It's just that horizontal scar at the bottom. And I think that's what you've got.
All right. Well, that's all the questions that I have today
Type
in
5.
regards to the.
Type 5. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Oh,
Type
it's all good.
Type 5 is for massive weight loss patients, patients that were really carrying extra weight and either had bariatric surgery or lost it by just eating Subway veggie subs once a day, or going on OptiFast, or going on South Beach, or just saying, look, I'm sick of this, I'm going to lose it, and lost it however they did. And we have a lot of those patients. They've lost 100 pounds, 120 pounds. Their body's totally new. You don't even recognize them. But
Yes.
they have a beautiful body underneath all that loose skin. And I want them to see that body, to enjoy that body. So that requires sometimes a longer scar. That's my type 5.
Okay. Yes.
Anyway,
So
all right.
much to learn. This is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
educational.
Thank you, Laurice. Thank you for allowing me to participate in your show. I love it.
Thank you for taking the time out to share with us all.
Try Beyond Body. Now I have confidence till the end of the day.
Right? Shoot,
Yeah.
this is the only thing I wear. I've been wearing my own deodorant for 7 years, but I just decided to bring it to my business and sell it to other people, not even a year now.
Yeah. You're selling confidence just like I am.
Look, I'm in the gym sweating all the time and I don't stink at all.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Dr. Laverson, I appreciate your time. Get back to work. I'll see you
Thank you very much.
soon.
Thank you very much, Laurice.
Bye.
All right.
All right, guys. You heard it from Dr. Laverson. So we got into the differences between a full tummy tuck, mini tummy tuck, and his famous fitness tummy tuck. As always, if you find this content valuable, if you know someone that might be interested in stuff like this, make sure you share this video out, give me a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification for every time I upload a new video. You will be notified. I'll see you on the next episode of Let's Ask a Surgeon. Bye.